So last tier list, I said that I want to do a specials tier list, but I would have to redo my format. So here I am, I'm actually redoing the format. Rather than me just sitting on my computer for an hour or two just ranting, I'm actually going to be using gameplay footage. It's going to make editing this not only harder, but a lot harder to upload, so that's going to be fun. But I'm going to have fun with this series. So today we're ranking all the neutral specials, starting with... Okay, well I missed the Mario. We're starting with Mario. Run it. Alright, so just before I start spouting nonsense, I do want to get a few things clear. One, this is in a vacuum, meaning the character's kit doesn't really matter. We're just objectively looking at the move. And the way the tiering is working is S tier is fucking broken. A tier is solid / really good moves. B tier is they get the job done. C tier is moves that aren't that great. And then F tier are useless or just really bad moves. There's not going to be a lot in F tier because specials are generally designed to be pretty good. So with all that in mind, let's actually begin this list with Mario's Fireball. Okay, well, Link has a shield. That's a little cheating, but Mario Fireball's a really good move. I think it's a little underrated of a move, actually. Because again, this kind of does everything Mario wants a move to do. It allows you to run in and grab, and like, you don't want to get grabbed by Mario because, you know, he commits heinous crimes whenever he gets a grab. Again, there's a few downsides to Fireball, like it drops, meaning you can't really like chase people with it off stage, but at the same time that drop also makes it like a good gimping tool, because again, you want to go low in this game. So like, I mean, this move kind of does it all. You see Mario's all the time do jump Fireball like it's the safest move in the world, but like, I mean, I would probably put it in A tier, though again, this is my first one, so I might come back to this later. But I mean, it's really solid for like starting a combo on a character that's not Link. I don't play Mario, but you get the picture, right? Alright, DK's Big Punch. See, this move falls into a weird category in Smash Ultimate where like it should be good, right? But it's not really. Like look, it does a lot of damage. That's over 30%. I think it was 33. And it's really strong, it has armor, has good range. But like, this charge time isn't even bad. Like, it should be a good move, right? But yet, you just never see it. Again, most of the time, DKs will just charge this up and then just never fucking use it. Again, this move does have good armor. If we just let the stupid little Cario... Okay, well, he missed. Yeah, see, it does have armor, really good armor too. You basically, if you swing while this thing's active, you're gonna lose. So, don't. Again, we've been seeing the best DK in the world, or I guess like the only notable DK in the US, Chunky Kong. He's been experimenting with this move a lot. And again, this can lead to very cheesy stocks, but I don't think most characters in the game would choose it over like one of the broken ones. So I give it a solid B tier, though it probably should be higher. Okay, so we got Link Arrow. It's not that great of a move. It has a unique property that projectiles typically don't have, of you can pick it up as an item. Having an item in this game is always good, because you have... Well, hold on. You have... Get out of the fuck away, Robin. You have Z-Drop, which is a really good add-a-shield option. But other than that, Arrow's not that good. Like, you could do that at a shield, or you're supposed to do it faster. Sorry, my character doesn't have it. But it's not that great of a move. You can charge it, and it becomes stronger, does more damage and all that. But I don't really see a reason you'd want this, especially considering, like, Link... Like, if you're gonna pick a projectile for your neutral B, why would it be this one of all? Like, you could, like, throw an arrow out, like, kinda quick. It's not very fast. And then you can also just pick it up and use a double arrow, which makes it stronger, but I don't think I've ever seen it in like an actual context, ever. So, again, fully charged double arrow, 21% from a projectile that goes full screen, or about full screen, isn't bad or anything, but yeah, no, for neutral specials, especially for like projectile neutral specials, that's not very good. I really don't see any reason why you choose this, even over like the other Link's neutral specials, which we'll get to later in the video, but It's just not that good, honestly. But at the same time, calling it useless is just incorrect. So I'd give Link a solid C tier. S. I don't even have to talk about this. Charge Shot is quite possibly one of the best moves in the entire game, and Samus has the best one of them. Insane damage output, insane kill power. Not only that, but they gave it so many new options where like you could cancel it. You could do things like, oh, I'm mixing, like, you know. There's even like points where like the move puts you in so much hit stun where Samus can even combo off of it. Yeah, no, and you could do like insane mix things like this, or like mix up your recovery, even though Samus doesn't fucking need it. Anyway, like, this move's broken, finishing out combos with it off stage, like, there's no reason you wouldn't want to move like this. Even like the lower percent ones are just good to just throw a projectile. Even if they don't do that much, damage adds up, you know? And Samus can combo off it, so... Alright, Yoshi Egglay. It's a move... Now, this is a command grab, and having a command grab is never a bad thing. I want you guys to know that. Having command grab is really good, period. Even if it's not that great. But Yoshi's just like you can bash out of it. But at the same time, it's free damage. Not only that, again, it's a command grab, so it's not bad. Not only that, this also has decent range. I don't really think any character... Because, like, you can kill off this. Like, you can. You probably won't. Because, again, you can mash out of it, but it doesn't really matter. Again, your opponent holding shield too much, Egglay. And then they're kind of put in this 50-50 situation. But again, we don't really see Yoshi's use this that much, so I'm a little hesitant. This is easily probably one of the weaker command grabs in the game. So, I don't know. I might put it in B tier. I don't know, I'll probably come back to this move later on in the video, because, again, Yoshi's a character, who the fuck cares, so, again, for now, I'll put him in A tier, probably lower A tier, but we'll come back. Yeah, so Kirby in Hell's definitely S tier, but it's sort of matchup dependent, because, I mean, you have matchups like Shulk that give him the Monado wheel, which is insane. Like, look at that damage output. That's not okay. That's not okay. And then you have kill power that just deletes. Then you can have jump. So Kirby literally just flies. Like, and then you have a fast Kirby. You know, that unkillable Kirby. But then you have matchups where, like, it doesn't really matter. Or, like, you prefer not to have it. Like, having foxes doesn't really matter. Or something like, I don't know, let me think of a bad one. Okay, I can't think of a bad one off the top of my head. But let's just say, like, I don't know, Wario Chomp, right? It doesn't really change how the matchup's played. But then you have these really game-breaking ones. Again, this is a little hard to rank because we're not really ranking Kirby's neutral B, we're more or less ranking the moves it gives you. As a move on its own, In Hell kinda sucks. It has a pretty slow startup, you can notice. Its range is not good, like, at all. Like, you have to pretty much be right on top of your opponent for it to work. And even then, it's not that good. As just a normal command grab, it's not very good. You don't get anything off it outside of, like, copy ability. You can shoot them out, but you don't really get anything off that because they go too far and Kirby's too fucking slow to combo off it. More of like, I guess, like, I want to throw you off stage type move. You could do the sucking cuck, but like, you're not hitting an actual player with that ever. Like, you could probably go online and hit some brain dead masher with it, but you're not hitting, like, in a tournament setting. You're not hitting, like, anyone ever, because any thinking player will not get by that. But anyway, S tier, for the simple fact that you could literally just give him a Monado wheel, you can give him a charge shot, and it completely changes how some matchups play. Matchups like Snake and stuff are like almost interesting to watch as Kirby. But no, definitely an S tier, though it's like teetering. So I actually discussed this earlier, but Fox Laser isn't that impactful of a move. The best thing you're gonna use this for is like making someone approach because they don't want to take random damage. Let's just put it as CPU. Look, you have to walk to me or you're gonna take a little bit of percent. Again, most of the time you're only gonna hit them with like 2 or 3 lasers before they decide to jump, and then you just kind of, you know, come to me. But most characters of the game really wouldn't like that because they're not Fox McCloud, who can just, like, you know, cover the entire map for free, and then he could just run up smash you, or nair up smash. But this move's just not that great. I think it's, like, useful in the context of Fox's kit, but outside of that, it's just not good. But I mean, like, again, I wouldn't put it in useless because it does definitely have a purpose of, you know, come here, stop running away and fight me. Even though camping Fox, I don't know how the fuck you do that. Seriously, if you know, please DM me. Like, holy fucking shit, I hate this character. But actually, though, yeah, no, it's not that great of a move. I don't see many characters wanting it unless, again, you're a very hard rushdown character like Fox actually is. So, yeah, no, probably C tier. S tier. I've complained about this move enough on this channel. This move is insane. Genuinely one of the best projectiles in the game. It does anything and everything you could reasonably ask a projectile to do. Meaning, you know, you kind of just have to hold it. It's very, very spammable. Again, it actually goes under the stage, meaning you can actually edge guard with this without even having to leave stage or jump. It also goes at a diagonal angle, meaning, you know, you can edge guard with it. There is no downside to this move at all. If Pikachu players ever want to say this move's committal, actually kill, like, straight up shoot them in the face. Or, like, slap them or something. Maybe not as violent as shooting. But this move's fucking phenomenal. If your character, if you ever decide to go low or to go to ledge against Pikachu, you have to make sure you're out of range at T-Jolt or you will lose. Not only that, but Pikachu can just decide to just not play the game and basically just win by just camping you. It does good damage, it's invulnerable, or not invulnerable. It goes through, translucent, I think that's the term for it. Meaning you kind of just have to hold it. And if Pikachu wants, he can perfectly run behind it, get a grab, run up, you got hit, up smash kills, by the way. You want to run up, grab, up throw, kills. Like, again, Pikachu is insane, and T-Jolt is a absolutely massive factor in that. One of the best projectiles in the game. Literally just Mario Fireball on crack. I think that is the best way to describe it. Okay, so now we go to a less good projectile, Luigi Fireball. It's just worse Mario Fireball is the best way to put it. It's kind of a slow projectile, and it doesn't go all that far. Now, for a character like Luigi, it's good, but like, or a character, I guess, like Luigi's archetype, if you want, like, this isn't a bad move at all, especially if you want something to, you know, kind of force your opponent to come towards you, or just force an option out of them, because, again, your whole game plan is grab. But in a vacuum, this isn't as good. There's not a lot of context where you'd want just this over something like Mario Fireball, Pikachu, or Charge Shot. Like, it's not a bad move at all. I would put it in B tier, but it's just lacking. Though I will say the angle it goes at, or like, I guess it's the trajectory, just pretend that's the word, okay? Is pretty good. Again, it goes straight, so you can cover like good aerial or good area with it. But again, it doesn't go that far, or well, it goes decent distance, just not like, if they're camping in the corner, you have to be a little close to them. And most of the time, if they're camping in the corner, they probably have a better projectile than you. So again, not a terrible move by any means. And I don't think any character would really, like, complain that much if they had it. But it still has its problems for sure. Okay, so we have Lucas, Ness, sorry, who infamously has a pretty bad neutral V. It's PK Clutch, or PK Illusion, I think the actual name of this is. I don't know, I'm not an Earthbound guy. Now, this does do a lot of damage, you know. It goes pretty far, right? It's not actually that awful if you use it off stage, because again, you know, you don't really have to commit to it. It could be a little scary at ledge, but that does not make this a good move. Now, I will say this is probably the best it's ever been, but that doesn't make it a very good move. Look how slow that is. Like, just not only that, if I stand right next to him, I can hit him, but at the same time, why wouldn't that just right? Like, I know this is in a vacuum, and I just really don't think any character would ever want this move. I think this is our first F tier move. But I will say, for all the Ness mains out there, this is probably the most usable this move's ever been. Okay, I'll give you that. This is the game where, like, if you want to use a bad move, this is the game. You know? And if you fully charge it, which it does have a charge property, it does decent damage. Most time you'll ever use it, though, is probably uncharged for, like, maybe, like, a ledge type situation. Like, what percent's this killing at? No, well, not 99. I don't know, maybe around, like, what, 113. Does it kill? No, okay, no, this is F tier. This move is not good. Yeah, nope, we don't even have to talk about this. F tier. Look how slow that is. Okay, this is a style move, or a move you're going to use against your friends. If you're ever entering in a tournament or trying to win a game, there should be no reason you ever press this move unless you have the hardest read of all time. Okay, we've all seen that one scene clip, or not, Sean clip, of where he hits the fucking nastiest Falcon punch of all time on that one Dr. Mario player. Okay, but for the most part, you ain't using this move. Okay, it's strong, but it's too fucking slow. Not only that, it doesn't even have, like, good range or anything. Like, maybe if it was, like, I don't know, armored or something, it'd be slightly better. So yeah, nope, pretty F tier. Awful move, even if it is cool. It's just not good at all. Alright, we got another F tier move, rollout. It doesn't do anything. Fun fact, you could turn around right as you hit them and it won't count as a move. Like, it just doesn't do anything. And it even has this fun property where if you've watched the P-Jiggle video, you know, where if you hit someone, you get sent tumbling, and if you, like, hold on, watch. Like, this is F tier. What billion% is F tier? Like, there's no world where it's anything higher. It's complete and utter gimmick. See, look, a bashing jump, you can't jump. You just die for whatever fucking reason. Yeah, no, this move's awful. Has an awful hitbox. A long, obvious charge time. Again, this is nothing but just like a style move you might use against your friends, or maybe you're going for a clip. Other than that, if you're ever, again, trying to seriously win, don't press this fucking move. Okay, so Peach just crashed my game, so unfortunately I gotta do this with Daisy. They have the exact same move, I just hate Daisy. Alright, so they have, for whatever reason, they gave this character a counter. Not only that, but it's also the worst counter in the game by far. Like, look how much damage this does. Nothing. That does absolutely nothing. It is by far the worst in the game, especially when you factor in DLC counters. The most use you will get out of this move is gimping a recovery. Banjo's a bad example of this, but, like, you get what I mean. Let's say, like, a Marth or something, a hitbox recovery. Like, it is a projectile, so I mean, it has a bit more range than those counters would. But you ain't getting much off of this. Like, it's just bad. It's easily probably Peach's worst move. Like, you're still gonna use it, because it's still a counter. Because counters aren't exactly awful, but they're not exactly good. But this is easily the worst of the counters. I wouldn't call it useless, but it's definitely C tier. It's just not a good move, man. Straight up. So they, for some reason, made Bowser Neutral Beat, or Bowser Fire Breath, absurd in this game. Again, I just did 47 off of one move. Okay? And I know there's SDI, so you'll take the less, but, like, at most with this move at 0%, you're taking like 30, which is really crazy. I think I could set the thing to shuffle. Yeah, it's unhuman, but he's going the wrong way. Yeah, see, look, even like if he's SDIing, you get 30% off of a non-committal move. 'Cause look how far this goes. You can even use it in like off-stage situations. I don't know if Roy's the best character to showcase this on. So like, you can kind of just push him away with a little wind hitbox. Again, this move's phenomenal. I don't know if it's quite S tier because those are moves that like completely define a character, but I'd easily put it in A tier. Might come back, put it in S tier, but for now, this is a solid A tier move. Alright, ices. We have the little ice block. You know, it's a projectile. It goes in like the Mario pattern, even at a harsher angle. So it's pretty good off stage. There's some desync stuff you can do with it, but again, we can't really rank that because, well, not every character, you know, has the ability to desync. But as a projectile, it's not that good, you know. Like, if you hit both, it does decent damage. But then the move just has this really random flaw of, well, if he would hit it back. Oh, maybe the CPU will. And if you hit the move, you can just knock it back. Can the dumbass CPU knock it back? No. Knock it back. Stop. Knock it back. Anyway, you can knock back the move and it doesn't become yours anymore. So the most you really get out of this move is maybe like a stop and approach or like an edge guard. But for the most part, this move's just not good. Doesn't really do much. It can be scary off stage though, I'll give you that. And that might put it in B tier, low key. Also jab locks, so if I, okay, stop moving. If I do something like this and then run up F smash, like, what is wrong with that cape? So you do that, and then like, you can kill. I mean that's a thing, but is that really a thing you're gonna be doing? Yeah, no, for the most part, you don't really want this move. It doesn't do much, and especially in terms of Icy's kit. But again, it's designed to be like a doubles move, so yeah, no, it's just not good. Especially because we'd have to rank it on its own, technically. Yeah, which, now this move really does nothing. I don't even, oh my god. I don't even think it jab locks on it, like, as a single. Oh no, it still does. Okay. Well, it almost does. But like, Icy has a good jab lock jab anyway. So, I mean, whatever. It's just not a good move. C tier. Alright, needles. I hate this move. It's really, really good. If you don't know, you know, you charge it for a little bit, and then you throw needles, and then you can also throw them at a diagonal angle. It's just really good. It's especially good on Sheik. I don't know how good it would be on other characters though. I don't know how to quantify it because on Sheik they're an S tier move, but I don't think on other characters they would quite be if you can't do something like needles to bouncing fish, which is like one of Sheik's like big things. Doing like I think it's down throw needles bouncing fish. Well, I fucked that up. Okay, well, it'd help if I charge needles, but like you see what I mean. I don't know how well it works in like context of other characters. Almost had it, but like I don't know how it works because again, Sheik is a character explicitly designed to do bad damage, but she hits you a billion times for free and completely resets neutral every time she does anything. So again, I don't know. I personally would probably put it in S tier, but nah, I'm putting it in S tier. I'm not trying to overthink it today. Alright, Zelda, you know, everyone's favorite move. Nehru's Love. The online Zelda classic. It's actually a good move, is the thing. It's really fast. Hold on, let me check the frame data on it, because I have the frame 11, which is really good. It's completely invulnerable or invincible during this time. So you can't hit her. Not only that, it also has reflector property. It lasts a long time. You can use it as a gimping tool because again, it's just a very active hitbox. It's not very strong. It will never kill your opponent, but again, it's still pretty good. It has like a decent-ish range. No, I'm lying. I thought they hit farther. not only that, but you can also use it off stage to stall your recovery, which, I mean, Zelda doesn't really need, because you're not going to edgeguard her anyway, because she has a very far teleport that has a hitbox on it. Like, yeah, I very easily make that back. Yeah, you can make it back from anywhere, Zelda. But again, I think a lot of characters would like a move like this. I think this is maybe S tier. Nah, I'd probably put it in A tier. This move isn't carrying you, but it's absolutely putting in work, especially in matchups against, let's say, like someone with a charge shot or someone that's just camping you. This move does put in the work. I think it's a good move. This might be an S tier projectile. Like, this is like the combo tool. Not only that, but like the angle it goes at, like you see that's really good for covering area. And it's pretty spammable for the most part. It doesn't go that far, but like, it goes far enough. You could use it off stage and all that. Like, it's pretty good. Like, look at the hit stun. Like, look, you could do something like that. Like, that's true. Even at like kill percents, it like closes. Like, this is a good move. I genuinely might put it in S tier. Like, you can do things like that, or like things like, oh, ball's too close. You gotta do things like that. Yeah, no, that's true. Like, it's just really good spammable like combo aerial, and then to be fair, Dr. Mario really needs a move like this, because again, he needs a way to get in, but then you put this on like a different character, especially a rushdown, and like, yeah, no, this move's probably broken. Now, is it as good as, let's say, a charge shot? No. I'd probably put it in like the top of S, or the top of A tier. I don't think it's quite the S tier move it wants to be, but like, oh my god, does it actually put in the fucking work for this character. A character that, again, very much needs it, because you could do all kinds of combos and stuff off it, because it just has really good hits done for some reason. Yeah, no, solid little A tier projectile. Yeah, we're just gonna skip Pichu. We're putting him in S tier. He literally just has the exact same move as Pikachu, except you take a little damage. Whatever, it's still a phenomenal projectile. Alright, Falco Laser. So, I may be a little biased because I hate Falco, but I think this move's really good. Especially in like off-stage situations. I'm against a character that it doesn't really matter. But again, just doing something like that to just stop momentum in aerials, really good. You ever on the other side of the stage against Falco, you have to worry about laser spam. Because again, it's just really good for him. It's a very good disruptive aerial. I don't know what else to say. I know it's not S tier, in my mind it is. Again, this is definitely an A tier move. Not the best spacey laser, but again, it's like budget or wolf laser. And again, once we get the wolf laser, I got a lot to complain about because fuck that move. But seriously, it's just a really good disruptor tool, and I don't think any character would disagree with having this move. Because again, if you're ever camping, or you know, they don't want to approach, they have to deal with this laser, and it just even works off stage for like gimping recoveries, or even setting up for edge guards, which is something Falco would want. Even though this is in a vacuum, and I need to stop talking about character specific stuff. But again, I don't think this is ever a bad move. Straight up, I don't know what the general consensus of this shit is, but like, I hate it, and I think it's really good. Okay, so we got Marth and Lucina Shield Breaker. This is a weird move because it has a few different uses. Like, if your opponent is holding shield, or you notice it too much, you could charge it a little bit and it will probably break shield. Can I make the CPU shield? No. Hold on, I'll grab the Joy-Con. So again, you hold shield. Why am I not holding shield? So you hold shield, it breaks shield. Whoa! This move's more of a gimmick. Like, this does mean they can reliably fish for shield breaks. And if again you notice your opponent definitely has a shield habit, which is very common in this game, especially towards like the mid level of just people kind of holding shield out of just being scared of getting hit. You gotta move with good range and good kill power. That is scary. Especially, it doesn't really change, honestly, hitting Tipper or anything with, like, Marth. Again, they're fine. I'd probably put them in C tier. Yeah, I think everything else in B tier is a little bit more useful, where C tier is just like, you're not really touching them, but like, if you could find reason to, but again, these, oh yeah, I didn't even go over, these moves also have the unique property of being like a weird recovery mix. Like if your opponent sends you really far out, you can do that and get a little bit, though you do need to fully charge it, so they have to send you to like the top corner of the map, so it's not really good for that, but it's a move. I'm gonna stop talking about Shield Breaker now. I'm putting it in B tier because I want to. Yeah, Young Link's is S tier. That's not a crazy statement. It shouldn't need to be. This is a literal fucking heat-seeking missile that is super spammable. It combos full screen, may I say. Now, I will say it is made particularly good in Young Link's case because he has moves like this that are just... He can just press everything whenever he wants without ever having to deal with what is called in lag. You know, Young Link players may not understand what that word means because, again, you could just do this. You could literally just bash, you know, all day. There's no consequences for your actions. And, you know, Fire Arrow is a really good example of that. But no, I don't see how this is an S tier. Straight up. It's not quite, like, broken like a charge shot would be, but I think any character in the game could look at that and use it to some degree. Or find at least something to combo into it with. Or, like, some kind of kill confirm with it. The thing is, the fully charged one is, like, the perfect combo tool. Even if, like, your combo isn't true, it frame traps, so it doesn't really matter, like... Or at least Young Link will, but, like, again, I think this is an S tier move. Completely and utterly stupid. And it just turns fighting Young Link into just a guessing game of will he Fire Arrow or will he not? Listen, I probably should have just ranked this with Falcons, but yeah, no, it's F tier. It's strong, and it's cool, but... It's F tier. It's unusable. It is, I guess, kind of better than Falcons because it has armor, but or like weak armor, but it doesn't really matter. Can I make you jab? I could probably armor that. Yeah, like it has armor, but it doesn't amount to anything. Why they gave it armor, I don't know, but yeah, nope. F tier move. Fucking awful. Let's not waste any more time here. Alright, we got Shadow Ball, another S tier move. It's really hard to make any charge shot bad, and Mewtwo's is not that case. Again, his trades off being a little bit of power to be like more combo oriented, which does work well with Mewtwo's fast, or I guess his fast nature. Yeah, that's a Pokemon joke. Sorry, Mewtwo's faster, that's what I'm trying to say. And again, he could do some funny things off of it. But yeah, no, you could definitely see, like, why this move's good. It's not quite as good as Samus's, but at the same time, not a single damn character in this entire game would complain about having this. Unless you're like Shulk or Steve, but again, we'll get to those later. And again, I think there's actually some characters in the game that might actually prefer this over Samus's charge shot, which is kind of funny, but again, just an S tier move. There's really nothing bad to say about it. Anything good I said about Samus's goes for this, except this one trades off just a little bit of power to be just a little bit more combo oriented. Because again, look at that. I think most characters in the game can make it there, even the slowest ones, to, you know, kill them. Again, just a good move. I don't want to talk about charge shots. It's gonna be a long day. Alright, we have Roy and Chrom Neutral B. Woo! It's a move. Now, I will say, for whatever reason, it's lagless, which is really weird. I don't know why they decided to give a strong move like this, like, no in lag, but... Not only that, but they also decided to make it a 2-frame option, which if I can... Well, if the ZSS would go to a fucking ledge, I could show you. Because again, this hits at ledge. I don't know why, so you can actually 2-frame with it, which is kind of fucked, considering how strong this move is. Not if you do that. Also, yeah, I'll show you the full power of it. It doesn't really matter because you're not really gonna fully charge it anyway. If you're gonna 2-frame with this move, you're most likely just gonna hit him with like that, or maybe just put a little charge in it, you know? But for the most part, yeah, not really. It's not that good, but I almost want to put it just a little higher for the fact that 2 frames, which does give it a legitimate niche compared to most moves in C tier. And, well, I mean, it is really strong, even though you're not really going to charge it. And the fact that it's lagless as well, meaning this is a completely risk-free option at ledge, I think it's B tier worthy. So Game & Watch Neutral B is an interesting move because it's not like, it doesn't look that good, but it really is. It does great damage. Getting hit by just 3 of them does like 30%. Not only that, but also has a hitbox on activation. But this is also probably one of the best ledge trapping tools in the game. What do you realistically do about this? You can't get up attack. You can't really do anything against this. A lot of it is sort of guessing or waiting for like that moment for like a random clearing. It's also a good gimping tool. I think Chrom's a good character to display this because, again, completely risk-free move. I don't know. Some of the best ledge trapping in the game. I don't think anyone would really complain about having this neutral B. It doesn't really serve any purpose really outside of ledge. But, again, I don't know. You can also angle it, you know. There's far, close. And then there's just normal. Again, giving you even different ways to ledge trap with this. Yeah, after a little debating, I'd probably put it in S tier because that is some of the most insane ledge trapping in the game off of one move at the very least. So yeah, I'd throw it in S tier. Though this does make me want to move Sheik down, which I probably will. Again, at the end of the video, we'll do that. You sweet baby boy. Yeah, though this move's a move in this game. Yeah, it has its niches. Because again, this can be used as a movement option, and if you mash the button, you get a little rise. But so like you could use it as a recovery option. Another mix-up. The hitbox on is kind of bad. It's not really that fast. It can be used as a legitimate kill option, especially off stage. But like, if you're not an off-stage based character, you don't really want this move. Because like, it has like decent kill power, but not like enough to like justify your neutral special. Like at ledge, 100. Not only that, but it also puts you in free fall. So let's say you miss the ledge or you don't mash B hard enough, you could just die, or you do it at like the wrong angle. Or, you know, you try to use it as a landing option. It's not that good at that. Not only that, but there's a little bit of in lag. I'm holding shield. Yeah. Like, it's just... It's weird. Again, this move has gone through just weird changes. But again, we know if it's a multi-hit, it's gonna break the game somehow. So, again, this is probably, like, its most balanced incarnation. But that also just makes it kind of a mid-move that isn't very interesting. I'd say it's probably B tier. Though, if you're like an off-stage based character like Meta Knight, it's probably a little better, but I think B tier is probably where this move belongs, unfortunately. Okay, so we have the Pits, or the Angels, and we do have to rank these separately. Or at the very least, like, pretend to rank them separately, because they're probably just both going in A tier. They're both just solid, you know, little projectiles. Pits, the trade-off for Pits is it does less damage and doesn't kill, but it is an amazing gimping tool that you can, again, have a lot of movement with. Again, you can fully curve his arrows to your desire. The issue is that the hitbox on it's really bad, so it can be fairly hard to hit. Even though this seems like some of the freest edge guarding in the game, you gotta be pretty good at hitting these arrows. And that's one thing that really does... I've talked about this before, bro. The Zachary Pit. I'm not a Pit fan, but I'm a Zachary fan, and the way he makes use of those arrows makes his move look godlike, dude. I'm telling you. But other than that, it's not that great, especially if you're into a character with like a good recovery. It's just not that fantastic. I'd probably say it's A tier because, like, again, that gimping factor is really big. And let's just assume you hit all the arrows because human error, you know, it's hard to account for that in tier lists and stuff. So again, like, I don't think against Pit it's a good move, but I think in general, considering, you know, most characters in this game, they can't recover from the bottom of the screen like that. It makes arrow pretty good. You can also just use it to tack on damage. It's a fairly risk-free thing. You also have a lot of like movement with it. Like you can switch sides. You can aim it up. You cannot aim it down though. You cannot aim it down. That is one thing that deeply saddens me because Pit's down there fucking dog shit. And I always want to aim it down, but again, it's a pretty solid move. I'd put it in A tier just because it's probably one of the freest gimping tools in the game if you can hit it. So. Yeah, no, pretty good move. Okay, so on the other side of the spectrum, we have Dark Pit, whose arrow is just a little different. You lose your curve on it, or I guess most of your curve. Again, you can angle it just a little bit, but the trade-off you get with it is it's a much stronger arrow. Not only does it do more damage, but you can actually charge it and get kills with it, which, again, Pits pretty much will never ever do. Because again, you can get a grab like this, and it could be, again, it's also a very good and kind of non-committal move off stage. Again, doing things like this is really good with Dark Pit because it will send out, and it's a lot stronger. So again, I could do something like, well, okay, well, he won't move because it's my controller, and I can't play on two controllers because I'm bad at the game, but like, you could do things like this, and then go off stage and like Dark Pit, you know, arrow, because again, you can go off stage all you want. On a character that can't recover as good, I think Dark Pit definitely has the worst arrow because you can't really do insane shit like this, and that's honestly a strength of the move that I don't see a lot of people take full advantage of. But again, it's like better, it's like much better Link arrow in my opinion. I think that's the best way to say it. I'd probably throw this move in probably A tier with Pits, but like this move is not as free as a gimping tool as what Pits is. I don't know. I don't think I should separate them, but like I do think Dark Pits is worse if we're gonna pick a worse one in fairness. So I don't know. I might come back to this, but I think I'm just gonna put them both in A tier. Both pretty solid projectiles overall. So ZSS Paralyzer. I don't really know how to rank this because I don't know like where to rank this. I know how to rank it. One of the strongest strengths of this move is that it's on ZSS, who's a very fast and tricky to hit character, and you know, if she wants to, she can just kind of stun you and then, you know, attempt to kill you. And she kind of lacks kill power because she has like up B, that's like her best kill move, which, you know, and then she has like Nair and shit. But like, I don't think this move is that good on like any other character that doesn't have ZSS's like, you know, phenomenal speed and movement. I don't know. Again, the weak version of this move's kind of fucking useless. You need to charge it for it to do anything at all. Like, you might be able to, you definitely can't grab. You could use it as a little annoying thing, but like at ledge is probably where it's the best, because again, the entire time this is active, it's a pretty big lingering projectile that's pretty non-committal. If you throw it out, you pretty much have to respect it. So I don't know. Now on a character like, well, I guess the best comparison you can make to this is Corrin's Dragon Fang shot thing, but this is definitely better than that. I'd probably throw this in B tier. Again, a lot of the strength of it comes from at ledge, kind of forcing an option from your opponent, or like being able to cover multiple options. Though again, you're not really forced to an option, so you can just kind of hold ledge. But then you compare it with things like ZSS Down Smash, which is also a paralyzer, so I don't know. I think it's probably A tier in terms of ZSS's kit, but in general, I'd probably throw it in B tier, because without her movement to make this move very tricky and scary, I don't know. But again, putting on a character that can like very much more easily reliably kill you would probably make this move better. But I don't know, B tier, probably where it belongs, and you know what, that's where I'm gonna put it. Alright, we got Wario's Chomp or Wario's Bites. Again, another command grab. Being command grab's always good. There's never a reason you don't want to command grab. You don't get like the most reward off this move, but it is really good at ledge, and again, it's still a command grab. It never really kills, and Wario does get like a slight amount of healing, but it's not like enough to matter at all. Like, I'll put myself at 99. I got 6% of healing. Obviously, you can mash out of it because it's a grab, so I mean, that's not you know, a factor or anything, but hold on, let me put him up, just see if he can kill. Like, okay, 140 at ledge, max rage. Yeah, you know, it did kill. Does it kill without rage though? I am curious. Again, you can mash out of this. Yeah, you know, it does kill. That's not bad. Again, the main use case of this is at ledge, because again, this will cover both jump and neutral get up, maybe roll, I don't know. But you know, not an awful move. I'd probably put it in A tier for the simple fact that it's not killing anything like any higher than that. Like normal percent, you know, kind of not really like the end of the state. Yeah, it doesn't really have kill power behind it. You can do like a suck and cuck version. Oh, I thought that'd go. But it's a little harder to do one, because again, his hitbox for it's a lot smaller than Kirby and DDD, which we'll get to DDD later. Yeah, after a little bit more, I do think a command grab's always good. I'd put it in A tier. Again, I might re-rank it later, don't know, but A tier sounds pretty good for the moment. Snake, S tier, we really don't have to discuss this. There is almost an infinite use case for this move. It's a frame 1 combo breaker, so if your move ain't true, you ain't comboing Snake. And guess what? He's heavier than you, unless you're playing like a super heavyweight, which, why are you playing a super heavyweight against Snake? I don't know, you're crazy. But there's so many different use cases for this move, it's insane. Just holding it, again, you could shield it and pick it up and throw it like a normal item. It does good ass damage, like, it kills, like Snake, just, it gets so much off of grenades. You can throw it back at him, which, does, you know, hurts it. But I really do think any character in the game could abuse this to hell and back. Even the slowest characters like Incineroar, Min, Byleth, they could really use this in just a really good way. But it does absolutely synchronize really well with Snake's kit. But again, I think in a vacuum this move's still fucking busted. Ike Eruption is his neutral B, or just Eruption. You know, I'm gonna put this exactly where Roaring Chroms are in B tier, because they pretty much do the exact same thing of just, you use it at ledge, you miss, okay. This does have in lag though, so I mean, like, it's not like free to go for. And it's not exactly that strong on charge, so you do have to charge it a little bit to really like get the use out of it. But you can hit under ledge, so like 2-framing with it really isn't that bad, or using it at ledge. So I mean, like, again, look, if you can see the sword goes under just a little bit, so I mean, it helps. Fully charged, again, it doesn't really matter, but it is very strong, and it goes very far, and has a lot of range. You take a little damage, but who cares? Same with Roaring Chrom, didn't mention that, because again, the fully charged version just does not matter. I will say this one's probably harder to hit, because you do actually have to think about the timing a little bit. It doesn't really kill, but again, it pretty much serves the exact same purpose as those two. So if they're in B tier, I'm just gonna put Ike with them. Alright, Pokemon Trainer. We gotta rank all 3 of these bastards. So we have Flood or Water Gun. It's an annoying little disruptor move. There's not really a reason you wouldn't want it. I'd give it a solid B tier. Good for keeping people away from ledge, edge guarding, stuff like that. Things like Ike Side B, that, like, you know, kind of do that. Or you could even like do like Dark Pit's a really bad example to do this on, which I need to switch it from Dark Pit. But like, you could like drop ledge, though at the same time you won't have like the ability just to switch to Ivysaur Tether. So Alright, we have Ivysaur. This move's fucking dog shit. Like, there's no reason you should ever get hit by this move. This one, again, it doesn't have, like, any range or anything. You gotta be right next to him to even fucking hit it. It's very possible for them just to fall out or SDI out of this move. It doesn't do anything special. It definitely ain't killing. Hold on, let's see. Put him at around like 111 or 112. Nope, this move definitely sure is fucking killing. Yeah, nope, there's no reason a character would ever want this move. I guess you could use it for like tech chases on platforms or something, or like you really need to catch them. I don't know. I don't see any use case for this move at all. I don't think there's a reason you should ever press it, especially in Ivysaur's case. But again, this is in a vacuum, so not really taking that into consideration. So again, this move just does nothing. I guess you could use it as like a gimp tool off stage, but it's just not good. Easily an F tier move. And then Charizard. He just has worse worth Fire Breath. Oh, sorry, he's still at 5%. Yeah, no, he just has worth Fire Breath. It does a lot less damage. It keeps you in a lot less long. It's a lot easier just to get out. Again, look, he's not even SDIing. Is he SDIing? No, he's not even SDIing. This is just normal Charizard Fire Breath. Again, it's just not a good move on Charizard. I'd probably put his in B tier. Because again, it still has, like, it's still good on shield and shit. And it's still, like, sort of free damage. You could use it, like, you can still use it at ledge. Not as well as Bowser's. Why did they make Bowser so good? Again, you can still, well, not if he does that. You can still use it at ledge and stuff. It's not an awful move by any means, but I don't think you're really ever going to touch it on Charizard. I don't think anyone would really want this neutral special. I'd probably put this in C tier, honestly. The Pokemon gang don't really have the best neutral specials in the world. So, nah, I think this is an easy C tier. Okay, Peanut Pop Gun's gonna be another one weird to rank, because it has like a bunch of very specific tech. I'll be honest with you, I don't know it, so again, I mash it jump. I don't know what to do mash A. I don't really know how the tech works. I know you can cancel it, which just makes Diddy Kong's movement a lot trickier. But in general, I'd probably put this in C tier still. I just don't think it's that good, and again, I'm not claiming to know how the tech works. I don't know how the tech works. But overall, it's just not a very good move. Like, you can use it at ledge and like fire Peanut, and you know, maybe like try and force an option, but like, you don't really ever gotta use this. It's probably Diddy Kong's, I mean, it's easily his worst special move. Like, we could all agree on that one. Like, Diddy Kong special moves are good. And then there's Peanut Pop Gun, which is, you know, a move. Having a projectile is never really a bad thing, but you don't really get anything with this one. Even charging it, you don't really get anything. Like, you have this, which is really strong, but this is, like, exclusively a shield break tool. And, again, you're not really gonna get that many shield breaks. Again, you can always just F-smash. So, I mean, unless your character, like, quite literally does not have smash attacks, you don't really need this. It is very strong, but who cares? Again, I put this move in C tier. It just doesn't do anything. Yeah, we put we put Ness's in S tier, so this move's also going in S tier. I do think this one's better, but like, it's like picky between two pieces of garbage, you know what I mean? Because again, this move's very cheesy at getting stocks, and I think it's actually better off stage. Because I don't know if the hitbox is exactly bigger, but again, I think it's a lot cheesier, which this is a lot cheesier of a game, so I don't know. I just don't think Lucas got it going on, especially not with this move. I hate this move. Sonic Neutral B, there's no reason this move should be good, but it is. They made it usable in this game, and then like, it's still not like the best thing in the world, but again, a lot of times Sonic will do something like this and then Neutral B, right? Again, it's just like, it's a very annoying tool. Off stage, it could be a little scary to go for. Not for Sonic, but like for a normal character, it'd be pretty scary to go for. Again, it has a very big like activation box. Again, it'll pretty much get you from anywhere. It's pretty spammable in this game. You can even charge it to be even like stronger or scarier. You miss, yeah, you're kind of in deep shit. A character without a good recovery probably won't get as much use out of this move as a character like Sonic does. Because again, I think one of its best attributes is off stage, but I think this move's absolute best attribute is the fact that it's just so fast. Like, again, you can hit someone, you know, be comboing them, and then all of a sudden just homing attack, and you just beam in on them, and if they don't air dodge, they just sort of hold the attack, which sucks. The charge on it really doesn't matter. Like, it makes it stronger, but not like enough to be like significant or anything. Again, it's just not good. It's not that fantastic, but again, this is easily the best it's ever been, just like I've said with pretty much every other neutral special, ignore the voice crack. But, I mean, it's fine, you know. Probably a solid B tier move, because again, there's always the fact that you can just kind of just take damage. It does combo. I don't know how well it combos for other characters, because this move, if you land it, you can't punish it. Or if the move gets land, it's unpunishable. And interesting fact is, if you actually start charging it, you can't stop charging it. Unless maybe I press B again, charging it. Okay, never mind, I'm wrong. You just gotta press B again to uncharge it. It's not cancelable or anything. I'm mashing shield, so again, once you start doing it, you're kind of committed. It is a little laggy if you miss it, but again, it doesn't really matter. Because you shouldn't be spamming this. Like, I'm mashing jump, like, mashing shield, yeah. Like, again, it has a little bit of in lag, but for the most part, you should be all good when you don't spam it. It's a solid, you know, little B tier move. So, TDD Inhale definitely got really buffed in this game because it's now a reflector. Can I get him to... Awesome. So, like, it's now a reflector. Pretty strong reflector, too. But the problem is, this move committal as hell. It's also slow. It's frame 14, which... For a reflector, that's bad. You pretty much have to, like, call out their projectile. You can't react to it. Like, watch. We'll get him to shoot it. Yeah, like... It just don't work that well. Not only that, but as an attack itself, it's not very good. Like... Oh, sorry. Yeah, it's not very good. Like, okay, you get it. And then if they mash out... Can he mash out? Okay, well, if they mash out, you can get, like, some things off it, but you have to guess correctly on it. The normal attack is just spin them that way. DDD is almost too slow to confirm off it. Okay, this move is not that great, but having a reflector is always good. Because, again, this game is very centralized around projectiles, like charge shot. So, again, having a pretty decent answer to that is good. But again, this move does not do anything outside of being a reflector, so I'd probably put it in C tier. There's no reason you should really ever press it unless you're reading a projectile. Which again, is a legitimate niche, and having an answer to projectiles is good. It's just, this is easily the worst answer to projectiles in the game, by far. So I'd probably throw it in C tier. Definitely not useless, but like, you don't really want it. We're skipping Olimar, we're skipping Rosalina, and we're skipping Min Min. I'm saying this now, just so I don't say it later, because they need, like, some other resource for their neutral to be good. Like, yeah, you pluck a Pikmin with Olimar, it's kind of fucking useless if you don't have Side B to use it with, or any aerials. Ranking it by itself doesn't work. Luma Shot doesn't work without Luma, and then you can rank Min Min's arm, but it'd be the special version, so I mean, you kind of have to rank it with down B, and that doesn't really work. Though Min Min's arm is still an S tier if it's just Ram Ram, which is really funny. But again, I'm not ranking it, so again, those three just don't count. Any others that just don't count? No, I think everything else is good. Maybe outside like Inkling, Neutral B, but when we get there, we get there. But anyway, moving on, Lucario. Okay, so this move's a little weird to rank because it's completely centered around Aura. At no Aura, awful move. Or, well, not awful, but it's not very good. Does low damage, doesn't really do anything. Lucario's does have the unique property of having a actual hitbox on it, kind of like how Mewtwo's used to, or I think Mewtwo's used to. I actually don't remember. I have not played Smash 4 very long, especially not Smash 4 Mewtwo of all things, so I don't really know, but again, let me just give him a little bit of aura. I hate that his like hair moves with it, but again, this move gets a lot bigger and a lot scarier. So I don't, again, the way I rank the other aura moves is, let's just assume they don't have aura, because that's kind of a mechanic exclusive to Lucario. So yeah, this move's not very good. Again, with aura, phenomenal move. Without it, not very good. So again, let's put him back down here. Yeah, not a very good move. Though I do know you can like confirm off this and stuff, and like there's a bunch of like cheesy shenanigans. Again, Lucario's the type of character that actually has a charge shot that doesn't really want to do it. Okay, I do kind of feel bad putting this move in like F tier, because it's really not an F tier move, or like C tier, I mean. So again, let's just assume they have like some mechanic that's kind of like aura. This move's probably S tier. Because again, let's just if every character had aura, right? We're not thinking the ramifications of this. Let's just give him max aura. This is how big this like ball is, and it hits a ledge, which is really important because it gives Lucario pretty much free ledge trapping. Again, we're putting him at ledge. Yeah, it's also very, very strong with aura. I would put it in S tier, but again, with the caveat of assuming you have aura, because again, I do feel bad about putting Lucario in F tier on every tier list, just because, oh, well, I can't really rank it with aura, because he's the only character with aura. So again, we're just gonna throw him in S tier, yeah? Or no, let's do what we do with Robin and kind of meet in the middle. We'll put him in A tier, again, to balance out how fucking awful non-aura is, and then like all the random like mid% auras, and then max aura, and then again, I think A tier is just a good place to call it. Rob Laser's a good move, not much more I can say. Again, it charges really fast, like I just used it, look, watch the little beam, and it's already back. It's just really good. You have a lot of mobility with it, and then you get the big version of it, which, is that the big version? No. Again, it works really well in combination with Rob's, like, specific kit, but without it, it's a little worse. But again, it's a good zoner tool. Let me turn up the speed so we actually get the fucking move. We're turning up the speed a little bit. Again, the charge on this move is not that long, especially for the reward. If you see how much area it covers, let me get back here. So look, again, you have a lot of angle with it, does good damage. Not the best projectile in the world, but definitely a projectile no one would really care about having. Not only that, but it charges for free, so you don't really have to waste time like charging a charge shot. So again, I think a solid A tier. It doesn't really have like kill power behind it. Or it doesn't really have that good a kill power behind it. Like, let's put him at like what, 112. Let charge. Yeah, it's not really a kill move, more as it is like a gimp tool. So again, it's just a solid little projectile that I would throw in A tier. You know, honestly, sitting here looking at Toon Links, I should probably move Links up to B tier, more thinking about it, because again, having an item drop's really good. And then you have Toon Link's arrow, because this is probably the fucking C tier arrow. It does damage. You fully charge it. It does decent damage. It doesn't kill. If we just like turn it up just a little bit. It doesn't kill. Never will kill. It doesn't send at like a good angle for edge guarding. Like if we look. Again, if you want to edge guard with it, you gotta go like all the way out here. Which here we can change the camera for that. So look, we gotta go like out here, which is not where I want to be edge guarding you from. Oh, the arrow disappears anyway, so it doesn't even matter. I think this arrow is awful. I don't see like any use case for it. Does not combo. Doesn't combo compared to the other one. It doesn't drop an item or anything. This is by far just the worst arrow. Though it does linger the longest, which is good, like kind of forcing options, but I really don't think any character wants this as their neutral B, let alone Toon Link himself. Again, imagine if he just had any other projectile here. Imagine if he had like Falco Laser or something. Imagine if he's had Toon Link Arrow, you know what I mean? Or Young Link Arrow. So, I'd probably put this in C tier, then move Links up to B tier. Because again, I need to take in, because you know, I'm a little awake now, okay? I'm recording this in the morning, okay? So, I'd move it down. Alright, Wolf's S tier. This move, like, almost puts him in a... Like, if you ever, like, say Wolf's a bad character, or you ever hear anyone say it, press this fucking button. It's a full screen fucking stage controlling, you gotta play my game type tool. Like, it's just so good. And just in case you didn't think it was that good, if you look at the gun here, let me slow it down. Hold L. You see that? He has a little knife on his gun. That's called bayonets. Meaning, yeah, no, if you ever actually feel like playing the game against him, or you ever jump into the move, he has a hitbox on his gun, making it so, nope, you can't play the game. It does great damage, it covers amazing area, it has a big fucking hitbox. This move's fan-fucking-tastic. If you want a projectile, this is absolutely one of the first ones you will think of. If you don't pick Charge Shot, this is probably what you're going with. This move is just absurd. Alright, Villager Neutral B. This move's actually really good. So if you see how he's flashing there, he's actually invulnerable during the move. You can't hit him. Let's see if I could show that off. Yeah, so you can't hit him during the move, giving it like amazing positioning for both, or amazing move for both landing and, you know, not getting edge guarded. I don't know why he's hitting me, what the fuck. See, look, it's not very long invulnerability, so you gotta be pretty, like, good timing on it, but this move is spammable. Also, yeah, sorry, my villagers were Morgana. But, it is spammable, it gives them movement options, but the absolute best thing this does... I did not expect him to throw tier 2. You can pocket things, specifically projectiles, all projectiles. Meaning, not only that, but it also makes them stronger. Which is very good for this character. Or any character in the game, period. Being able to just grab a charge shot, or even just a Sephiroth neutral B, throw it back, and it be even stronger is insane. No character in the game does not want this tool. Easily an S tier tool for both. This goes for both Isabelle and Villager, because, you know, same fucking move. So Metal Blade is worse in this game, because you can tech footstools, meaning you can't just do that bullshit and then, like, True Confirm into Shoryuken like you can in 4. But again, those moves still really fucking good. Having any form of item is just fantastic. Metal Blade probably not the absolute best use of items, because again, you only get pretty much one use out of it, if not 2. Because I think you could drop it, or I think at most you could drop it twice before it disappears. Oh, okay, well that one disappeared in 1. Yeah, so yeah. Oh no, sometimes it just doesn't. Okay, maybe it's random. I don't know. I thought it was 2. That's what my general headcanon's always been. But I mean, having an item is always fantastic, because that means you have access to Z drop in the air, which is a very good add a shield option. Though outside of that, it's not very fantastic projectile or anything. Again, Mega Man's a really weird character, and this move really isn't fantastic outside the fact that it's an item, so I'd probably put it in an A tier. Because again, I don't think you're going to do that mischievous things with it. But at the same time, we saw what Gyro does, but again, Gyro does different things. Because again, you hit this, and it just doesn't, it doesn't really put you in, I would say, hit stun. It's more of like an annoyance tool, like... No, you can definitely combo off that. Alright, so Wii Fit has a big charge shot, chargeable projectile, Sun Salutation, and she trades off a decent amount of power, honestly. This is probably the weakest one in the game for 2% of healing. You know, the normal versions of this move are kind of bad. You don't really want to use them, and you don't get any healing. This is usually the worst charge shot. I mean, it's still good, don't get me wrong. I'd still put it in A tier. This does have a win box on it, which you could do some... I'm sure you could do some cheesy shit with that. Off the top of my head, I can't think of anything to do, but... Again, it's still a full fucking charge shot. You get all the bonuses of a charge shot, like you can cancel it, you could reverse it, wave bounce it if I know how to fucking wave bounce. You see the picture, right? It's just slightly weaker than the other ones, and it doesn't have as much use cases as, let's say, a Mewtwo one, so I wouldn't put it in S tier, though I'd definitely put it in A tier alongside Lucario's, because again, all the big chargeable projectiles, it's really hard to call them bad, but Wii Fit is the one that wants to be the worst. Because, again, she really needs that 2% of healing, guys. She really needs it. Which, I'm sure you're all going to pull that clip. I think it's Shinji versus John Numbers, where they're going to go the time, and he throws Sun Salutation and out-heals him and wins the timeout. Yeah, that's, like, the only time that's ever happened, and that's probably the only time that will ever happen, because those two fuckers just want to camp. But no, it's a good move. A tier, but it wants to be B tier. Alright, Little Mac Neutral B. It's strong. But you know what's crazy? It's actually not an F tier because it has a use case. Because you can use it to land. Because look, he's armored throughout this whole thing. Hold on, let me make Sephiroth do something. Okay, well, I guess he's not. But in the air, you can armor through aerials with this. Oh, well, it's not working for me. But, editor, play a clip of Little Mac doing it. Because I can't do it in training room against the CPU, so. But yeah, no, it's not a good move. I put it in C tier. But it's not useless. It's somehow not useless. Just for that one reason. I'm not even kidding. Greninja, not the best projectile in the world, but still a good, like, annoying projectile. Pretty spammable, the lower ones. Good for covering area, goes really far. And then the charged one's really good. That kills, and it does, like, grab. Obviously not South Other Ledge. Again, that shit kills, and it drags pretty far. Again, not the best projectile in the world, but again, it's still very usable. All forms of it are, like, again, does good damage, like... Pretty annoying, pretty spammable, pretty good for just disrupting neutral, which is something, you know, Greninja, or really any character would take advantage of. So again, I'd put this in A tier, not quite an S tier projectile, but definitely a good projectile that I really don't see any reason, like comparable to like Falco Laser in my opinion, where, you know, you're not getting too much off of it, but it's just fast enough and, you know, annoying enough to disrupt your opponent and maybe just, you know, make them play a little different, or maybe respect you in a different way, or maybe force an option out of them. And Greninja's does have the added bonus of you can charge it and actually kill your opponent with it, which, here, I'll show you. Which, I mean, you know, the charge on it really isn't even that bad either. Again, like, look, like, it's not that long of a charge. It does kill, not like early or like well or anything, but again, having kill power is not a bad thing, okay? Like, so, like, it lasts, like, a long time. It's very easy to get scooped by it, honestly. So, I mean, again, it's just a annoying little projectile that you could charge up if you ever find, like, the moment and, you know, maybe catch your opponent's, like, neutral get up with it or something and, you know, take a stock. So, pretty good move, and I'd throw it in A tier. I don't know how many people will agree with me on this, but I'll say the neutral B's good, bro. Again, you know, auto reticle, if your opponent's like moving around, isn't the most accurate thing in the world. Like, can you like jump? But the thing is, it shoots 3 projectiles, and you could use it in the air. Pretty safe to use it in the air. You can use it off stage. Like, let me throw them off stage. Again, this has a big radius too. I didn't catch. Like, let me just throw them off stage, and then, you know, what is he fucking doing? See, look. And then, you know, you could catch hold. You kind of got to be a little smart about it. See, look, again, really, it's a pretty, like non-committal, like, GIMP tool, if you want to go for something like that. But overall, I think it's a good projectile. I don't know how many people will agree with me on that. It's again, it's not the most like accurate move in the world because again, it'll pick one spot at where you were and aim right there. So if like you can avoid that, you can pretty much avoid this move. But other than that, it's a really good edge guarding tool. Really good edge guarding tool, and it's kind of just an annoying disruptive move. It does good damage as well. And again, on stage, like, it has so much range. Like, I don't say this move's bad. Off stage, again, it can be a little disaccurate, but if, like, they're lower than you, dude, this move's scary, straight up. But, like, if you could just jump away from it, Still, though, A tier move. I think a solid projectile, and obviously, you know, just having a projectile is always a good thing in this game. Pretty much. Alright, Pac-Man's instantly an S tier. All the different fruits, they have different properties, they do different things, and it's just like a giant like tool bag basically is the way to put his neutral B. Like, okay, you gotta get a little charge on it, boo fucking who, and you pretty much have like infinite use cases that really can like give like each Pac-Man like their own kind of different personality. The pretty much three you need to know is Galaga being the combo one. Where's Bell? Bell's the kill one, which by the way, you could pick all of these up and use them as items, which just makes this even better. So like, I can pick this Bell up, and look, now I can just instantly kill you. Z drop, you're dead, right? Even on a character like Pac-Man, or even on a character that's not Pac-Man, that, you know, can just press buttons all day, this is still really good, so. And then, oh yeah, the last one I want to talk about, Key. It's just a quick little projectile, it kills. You typically won't use it though, because again, you have Bell, and any character with Bell is good, so. Alright, we got Robin. So this is on a resource, so, you know, we have to be a little thought-provoking with this one. But it's really not too fantastic. It has 4 different charges. This being just kind of an annoying, like, I'm just gonna hit you, sort of a little better than like a Greninja Water Shuriken, but it's pretty good. It doesn't really take too much of the resource. Again, it literally takes 1 bar. You could kind of just spam it. And then you have the second one, which is a little stronger, takes a little bit more bar. It doesn't really combo or anything. Oh no, it does combo, okay. Again, a good little move. And then you have the third one, which this is the combo one. It's a really good combo one tool. Or a really good combo one too. Again, Robins will typically do like Arc Fire into, well, I need to have a charge, into like Arc Thunder, because again, it kind of pauses them there for a second, and it doesn't take, it takes a good amount of bar to use. Again, let's just assume every character has this bar, right? And then you have Thoron, which is a pretty strong projectile, and it has a very lingering hitbox. It actually gets pretty weaker if you don't hit like significant parts of it. I think that's how this works. Sorry, I'm not a very big Robin player. Sorry. So you know, let's just charge Thoron and see. I mean, yeah, that clean killed. Does it change if I just hit the tail? I don't know. I missed. Because again, this is a lingering hitbox. No, it doesn't change. Okay. Yeah, I mean, this is a good move. It just has a lot of good uses, and you know, having projectile like this is always good. Even after that, if you waste all of the uses on it, it gets thrown as an item, which again, having an item is always a good thing, because guess what you get? Z drop. And Z drop is really good in this game. So yeah, nope, I would probably honestly throw this in S tier, even with the consideration of that it's on a resource, because you get it back pretty fast. Let me just waste all of it and see how long it does take to use. Again, you have no neutral B while it's gone. Again, the charge on it isn't even that bad. Like again, you can play the game without this move. This isn't like an over-centralizing move, but I can definitely see characters making very good use of it. And look, there you go, it's back, and then you can use it all over again, just like nothing happened. Definitely better than like having to wait on a 11 sword or something like that. A lot more manageable, and this, you know, move isn't as over-centralizing as something like Arc Fire. So again, I think a lot of characters can get a lot of use out of this. So Yeah, I'm pretty comfortable to throw this in F tier, or S tier, straight up. Alright, we actually discussed this with Kirby earlier. This move's Ultra S tier, you know? You want more damage? Oh yeah, that 30 damage, yep, and there you go, your kill percent. Okay, you struggle to kill. Everything kills. Okay, you want a recovery? You have a recovery. Yeah, you definitely have a recovery. You slow, you got speed art. I mean, it speaks for itself. You don't want to die, you don't have to die. Again, at all percents, you're just pretty much unkillable with this. You don't feel like dying? Don't. Genuinely phenomenal move. Not only that, but also it has invincibility, meaning you can do shit like this. Yep. There's also like tech and shit with it, but you don't even have to talk about that for this move to be S tier. Any character with this is just so busted. Again, we showed it off with Kirby. It instantly made Kirby so much better of a character. Again, just the use cases for it are pretty much endless. So yeah, nope, insta S tier. Actually, probably the best one until we get to a certain one later from our blocky friend. So yeah, no, completely and utterly busted. Alright, Bowser Jr. Neutral B. This move's fucking awful. The most use you will get out of it is like just kind of throwing it off stage. Like again, you put them very far off stage and then you do this and then just hope it falls on them. That's the absolute most use you will get out of this move. It is not a good move. And again, your opponent kind of just has to be brain dead to get hit by it. Other than that, you get hit by it, it's not even like that strong. It's not useless, but it's not very good. Again, a projectile is not bad, but this one might be the worst projectile in the game. So yeah, nope, it's just not good. There's like no use case for it. Even fully charged, it's like not even like that good. Because not only it's very obvious that it's charged, you can't store it. It's just bad. You don't want this move on your neutral B. Honestly, I'm gonna put this in fucking... no, I'll put it at the bottom of C tier. Because at the very least, you know, it's a projectile. You could do something like, you know, throw them off, run off projectile. You know, it's still non-committal, so. Or, you know, there's also the case, you know, it just falls down and hits them. So again, bottom of C tier is where this move belongs. It's really, really bad and quite possibly the worst projectile in the game. So did you guys know this move's actually frame 1? I didn't. Now, I mean, it doesn't matter like that much that it's frame 1 because again, you're in hit stun. You can't shield. Like, again, you know, like you could probably like, I see like that one Duck Hunt main on Twitter, literally the only one, calling this frame 1 electric wing godfit. No. Because again, it kind of depends on where you hit them. Like, you send it back there, yeah, I mean, that's pretty good, but not only do you have to get close enough to Duck Hunt to do that, or I guess Duck Hunt has to get close enough in, but it is a really good move. It's just not frame 1 electric wing godfish. You're fucking crazy. But again, this is a really good trapping tool. You can fully hit it. Again, you can use it off stage, you know, like it's a good projectile for that. It's really good at ledge. Okay, it's just a really good trapping tool. You can hit it around as you please. It can only take a certain amount of hits before it just explodes on its own. So again, it's not like a limitless move, but again, it's a move you always gotta be fearful of when you're fighting Duck Hunt. It's just something, you know, you kind of gotta do against him. It's a whatever. But again, this move is easily an A tier, probably in the higher echelon of A tier, but I would not call this Electric Wing Godfist levels of broken. You're stupid. But again, you know, there is very much cases for this move to be up close if you're willing to take 12%. Not true, but I mean, scary scramble situations. It also depends on like where you hit them with it. Because you can do shit like, oh, well, that's way too high percent for that. Because you can do shit like, oops, like this, like grab them, you know, throw them into it, which is really good, and, you know, you can get some cheesy stocks that way, but for the most part, you know, it's just overall good move, but not like an insanely game-breaking one or anything. It's not pushing Duck Hunt to be better than, like, mid-tier at best, so, you know, whatever. So Ryu technically has 2 neutral specials, being Hadouken, a not so great move that you can just kind of swat away. If he would fucking hit it, and you know, you could kind of just hit it, like, okay, you clank with it, whatever, but then you have Red Fireball, which is actually really good. You could still swat it away. If you could stop that now. Still really good, but look at the damage output on that. Oh my god. It's a little slow moving, but it actually gives Ryu time to get in on you and then, you know, do his shenanigans. And I think on, like, I don't think characters would mind this move. Though again, for the simple fact that you can just swat both of them away without much ease, I'd probably just throw this in A tier. But Red Fireball is an amazing tool. It's just, you gotta be willing to, you know, I don't know, man. I don't know. Red Fireball's really good. And it gives Ryu, like, a zoner game almost on its own. And I think characters could abuse this character to hell and back. You know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna put Ryu Fireball in S tier. Red Fireball, I think, is that good. Straight up. Is it as good as Charge Shot? Fuck no, but okay, yeah, that'll be A tier. I gotta ask myself that. Is it as good as Charge Shot? It'd be definitely the top of A tier, though. Like, it's definitely a good tool. Does a lot of damage. It just, yeah. Also, you gotta be willing to do the input, but, like, it's boo-hoo. You know what I mean? Boo fucking hoo. If I can do it on a GameCube controller, you can do it on a Pro controller, okay? Or Joy-Cons, whatever the fuck you play on. I don't care. And then we have Kin Fireball. It's not very good. So Ken doesn't, like, he's not a fireball character, he just kind of has a fireball. He's meant to be a very rushdown-esque character, so they intentionally give him a bad fireball, and yeah, that's pretty reflective. I would put, if Ryu's is in A tier, Ken's is definitely worse, and I'd put it in B tier. Don't get me wrong, having a projectile is good, but this projectile doesn't do anything for you. You could change the angle it goes at by actually doing an input, make it slow so you can follow behind it, and then, you know, get whatever you want started. You know, it won't true confirm unless maybe if you do it at point blank range, or maybe at like higher percent. Let me check just in case. Actually, that might. Hold on. I think if I'm a little closer, that might confirm. No. Just look at that. No, that would be kind of fucking hype. I'm not gonna lie. But no, Ken's Fireball's not very good. But again, it's intentionally made to not be that good compared to Ryu's, because again, Ryu's more the fireball spammer kind of camping one, where, you know, Ken wants to get up in your face and he wants to Shoryuken you, because, you know, his Shoryuken's really strong. So yeah, no, that's like. That's Ken's thing, is Shoryuken, where, you know, Ryu plays a much more slow, patient fireball at base game. So again, you don't really want Ken's fireball, but you want Ryu's. Alright, so I'm not counting super forms. So Wing, Arson, and Limit are out of the picture, because that move's insane, but it's a fine projectile. Doesn't really do too much for you, and like it's too laggy for you to really like follow up after it. So I mean, see, like you won't get anything, and by the time you're even there, point blank, it's not good. Like watch a whole shield. So like that's a lot of in lag on it. It's not like a bad projectile by any means, but I'd put it in the same tier of like Ken. No, it's definitely better than Ken's, but it's just not good. And looking at A tier, yeah, I don't think this move is quite as good as the moves in A tier. I'd put it in B tier. Okay, so Corrin has a unique neutral special. So you have the charge, or the projectile charge, but then if you continue charging it, you can charge the Dragon Fang. But in this game, you can charge them individually. So if you tap B and then hold B, yeah. And again, you could do this at any percent. Again, it also just has a hitbox up close. So again, I'll just tap B. It could be a little like funky to hit, especially if you're not like that used to it. So this has some interesting use cases, but overall this was kind of nerfed into the ground, because if you look at the full stun, that's just not that long, especially for that charge. Like again, hitting your opponent with that's gonna be pretty fucking hard unless it's at ledge. So I mean, you know, you could get lucky. Though I will say the dragon part of it's pretty good. But I'd probably just throw this in D tier. It's not. I'd rank it with ZSS Paralyzer, though it's absolutely worse than ZSS Paralyzer in my opinion. Like it has this charge, but again, the move moves really fast, and it's not like that. The move itself isn't strong, and there's not a lot of stun time on it. Again, one of my favorite tweets I've ever seen from Smash Bros is that Charge Shot has more stun time than Core and Neutral B, and that's not even wrong. But I mean, if you land it all, but again, most of the time you want to use the non-charged one, because again, like at point blank, it's not bad. But again, hitting like the fully charged one, you know, the super strong one, because this is strong, it's just not very realistic. Because like that is really strong. I think it's a little bit more realistic than like, or realistically like has more purpose than the moves in C tier. But like, it's still not that good. I know there's like half charge combos, but even then those aren't like that practical either. Again, Corrin's just a character that struggles, especially in her specials. They're just not that good in this game. See, like, I don't know. I'd probably put it in B tier, lower B, but I don't know. I might move it later. But B tier for now. Okay, Inkling Neutral B. This is a hard move to rank because it doesn't really do anything, but it increases your damage output or like damage scale, something along those lines, right? Again, you hit harder whenever that's on, which is always a good thing. You do more damage. But it does take Ink, which is kind of an exclusive mechanic to Inkling. Well, let's just assume, you know, you have this move, you can hold shield, press B, and your Ink tank refills. Let's just assume that. It's still not that great of a move, but it's not fucking useless. I would not put it in useless, but yeah, no, it's just not that great. It's just not that great. Ridley Fireball. You know, this move is actually surprisingly great because of the angle it sends at. Like, off stage, this move can destroy linear ass recoveries, or even just like good recoveries in general. On stage, it's not that great though, because again, the charge time on it isn't good, but like the way it goes is really good, and like you can't reflector this move unless it's a single fireball, because the fireballs will just cancel each other out. Like, this is a fairly decent projectile. I'd probably throw it in an A tier with like the rest of the like more disruptive ones. Though there is a charge on it, which kind of sucks, but it's not like a very long charge, and you don't even need like to charge it fully to get like good use out of it. Obviously, you know, it pairs well with, you know, Ridley's like really good edge guarding, but even without that, like, it's pretty good. Alright, we got the Belmont Axe. This isn't really that great of a move outside of ledge, where it is really good at ledge and even like offstage edge guarding and stuff. does have like some very niche uses of like juggling situations where like if you can like perfectly edge guard or like perfectly call out where someone's gonna go, axe can be quite scary. At ledge, again, this move's really good, but without like on its own, without the other Belmonts, you know, like having all of this to cover, like, okay, neutral, get up, okay, everything's covered, then you know what I mean, without it. But other than that, it's fine. It does have a lot of kill power though. It does have mad kill power. That this move will fucking kill you, and you will just have to hold that straight up. But other than that, it's not that desirable unless you're going for like a ledge trapping-esque character in a vacuum. So yeah, no, without the other Belmont projectiles to combo into or cover the other options Axe doesn't, it's not that fantastic. B tier. So K. Rool's neutral B's funny because it actually has a usable cannonball. Still not very good, it's very slow, very easy to hit. I think you can actually just swat it. You might be able to, I don't know, you could just shield it for free. Because again, K. Rool's kind of stationary. How long that takes to travel across the stage. Yeah, you could just swat it. Not all that great. It does have a secondary effect of actually being like suck, which is like not bad at ledge. Or well, if you position it right. This is not a reflector, by the way. It's literally just Kirby / DDD inhale, but he has it. K. Rool makes a little bit better use of it because at the very least he gets a projectile out of it. But it's still not very good. Where did I put DDD? C tier. Yeah, I'd probably just throw this in C tier. I think it's better than DDD's, but not by much. Alright, Incineroar's Darkest Lariats. You know, the classic spot dodge. I don't know what the fuck you're gonna do. I'm invulnerable. I don't care. Yeah, no, this move is pretty good. If you shield it, it's pretty good on shield. Yeah, it can break shields if you take the full thing, but you probably won't. But at the very least, you know, it's worth mentioning that it can break shields. But yeah, no, for the most part, this is just kind of a what the fuck, you know. Again, it has all the moves that a lariat move should have, or it has like all the properties lariat moves have. They're typically pretty strong while having some form of invulnerability or invincibility, and Incineroar has the top of him is pretty much completely invincible. You can't hit it, or sorry, invulnerable. You can't hit him. Again, a lot of times you'll see spot dodge neutral B from Incineroar, even like all levels, because it's just a move that works. Not only that, but it's also like a lingering move, so you know you can use it all stage. Wouldn't recommend it, but you know it is a possibility. But yeah, no, this move's just really solid all around. I'd give it A tier. Again, missing it can be, you know, a little devastating. But I mean, that invulnerability really makes it up. And it's not like this move has a lot of in lag. It's like I'm holding a shield. You get, yeah, like, it's not really that bad. Again, you don't have time to, like, you know, charge up a smash attack. And most of the time in Incineroar, you know, you're going to use this close to him anyway. Or, like, you're going to be close to him. So, again, you know, it could be whatever. And I guess I will show off this thing's kill power. Because it does have good kill power. And obviously, we can't take into account revenge, but I don't know, this thing does have good kill power. Even like center stage, its kill power is like not bad. Like look, that's pretty far for like a center stage at 100, being a very fast spammable move. So that's also invulnerable. So again, A tier move, solid all around, and I hate this move. Okay, so Prawn Plant has about 3 good moves. And right here's his best one. Again, Piranha Plant might be counted as a DLC in some eyes he's not. But this is a DLC move. This move is good. Not like game breaking or anything, and I don't even think it's S tier in fairness. But again, this move can be like pretty good all around. Again, if you hit him during the move, it actually still like goes through. Meaning, like, if he's doing this, unless you have, like, a sword like that, you kind of gotta respect it in a way. Or you just run up, grab him, and then use grab invincibility to go through it, which is what you should be doing. You can send it a bunch of different angles, it depends. Like, the higher it is, the farther it won't go, but then like if it's right next to you, it goes far. And there's like angles in between that, which don't really matter. This move's pretty good at ledge, and it's still active even if it hits like ground. It's really strong. And you can use it like in the air to do whatever. My favorite use case for it is doing this off stage with it. Because again, it's just like a wall your opponent has to get through. It's like hole in the wall. It's funny. Piranha Plant's a fun character. Just for this move though, straight up, I would never touch this character if he did not have this move. And again, I did bitch it as really good kill power. Sabi, like, it's a really solid move. I don't know if it's quite S tier, but actually, no, I would not put it in S tier the more I think on that. Because again, it does have one giant weakness of the fact that you could just grab and then just instantly throw them. You're pretty much completely stationary with it. But again, it's a really good non-committal tool that is strong, and being above Piranha Plant is meant to be scary, and this move really does show that off. Alright, Joker, S tier, baby, woohoo! Gun is a phenomenal tool. It has so much use case. I've seen some people even debate that this is like a top 10 move in the game, and it might be, you know? Again, it doesn't do that much damage, but non-committal damage like this is insane. Not only that, but this is not even a projectile, so you can't even reflect it. You kind of either hold the damage or shield, and a lot of people just choose to hold the damage. Because again, you don't really want to be locked in shield against a character this fast, so Joker's really good. And that's not even mentioning, like, he can do up gun, which isn't that good, but it does have certain use cases. Again, off stage, it's not bad, and you can use the gimp like that. But I didn't talk about the holy grail of moves. Down gun. Yeah, no, just one of the freest landing options in the entire game. And it's a kind of a mix-up whenever Joker's trying to land. Will he gun or will he not? And most of the time, he does, so you can't really juggle him unless you're able to, like, beat him to the punch, I guess, or, like, go around gun somehow. Again, it's just kind of a wall of death. Good for gimping. But again, I think the absolute best part of gun is just the non-committal damage, man. Like, again, your movement's allowed to be so tricky because of this move. Like, it's just really good, even without arson damage, because arson damage really puts his up there. But again, we're not allowed to. But again, it does so much uncommittal damage. That's so many bullets. Trying to land against this is insane. And then you have things like footstool gun, which I don't think I did it right, but like, again, it is a thing that can confirm. Gun can confirm as well. Like, again, just phenomenal move. S tier for sure. So I know I put Robin's charge shot in S tier. That's also on a magic, but I don't think this one's S tier. To be wrong, like, it's not bad. Like, the second form of this is actually really good, but it takes so much magic. And hero does auto refill, so again, let's just assume you have this move, you get the MP bar. A hero doesn't have any way to fill it anyway, so again, let's just assume you have it. Now, this does have one major flaw that kind of ruins this move. You can't store it. One of the absolute best use cases of charge shot is being able to just move around. Well, not only charging it, applying pressure, because again, they don't want you to have charge shot, because charge shot's really strong. But again, all like the cool movement, hero doesn't really get. Like, you can charge it, and this is a very strong tool. It will kill you in like, what is it, 3? Yeah, it kills in 3. It'll kill you around 70-ish%. It does take a lot of magic, and even if you don't actually have the magic, it doesn't use it, which is actually really interesting. But like, the first form of it, kind of fucking bad. It doesn't do anything. Second form is pretty good. It does a good damage, pretty fast. It does use a decent amount of magic though, but I mean, yeah, you get it back auto, it's fine. And then the fully charged one uses so much fucking magic. Again, you can only power off. How many can you power off? Can you only power off 2? Yeah, you can only power off 2 before you run out of enough magic. Though the recharge on it is really fast, so that is noteworthy. But I don't think this is S tier. Being on mana here actually kind of hurts it. Or, well, I mean, it hurts Robin's too, but it's nowhere near as strict. And it's nowhere near as, like, that's charging. Though, you do get magic back from hitting. How much do you get back from hitting? I don't actually know. Oh wow, you get a decent amount back actually. I still don't think I'll put it in S tier though, because the lower ones really don't have that much use. Like, the first form of this is awful, straight up. The only time you will use this is if they're like point blank. And then the second one, like, it's good. But like, it's nothing amazing. And then the fully charged one is just really strong. And it's the only one you can actually hold on to, so... But, you know, I really don't think this one's that amazing for a charge shot. I'd put it in A tier. Alright, we got Bringle Blaster, or the Egg Fuck. Yeah, this move's not that great. It's annoying. I know there's confirms and stuff off of eggs that I won't pretend to know or want to know, but they do exist, so I'll throw this at B tier. But for the most part, projectile doesn't really do that much. It's more just like, oh no, he's spamming it. Like, you're not scared of getting hit by the eggs, even if you can't confirm off them. It's just like, God, Banjo's such an unthreatening character. I think it's actually probably worse on other characters, so I'm just gonna throw this at B tier and move on. Terry's projectile isn't too fantastic. Again, you press the button and goes slow, hold it, goes fast. It forces a jump out of your opponent, which is good. Again, it's a good pressure tool, and then off stage it's actually really good. Because again, it's just like this big hitbox you can, or I guess just in the air. It's just this big hitbox that you can just kind of throw out. It's not like the strongest thing in the world, but for most characters, it's just enough to kill them. Because like, again, that's like, it killed him. He jumped. Again, it's a pretty big hitbox off stage, so I mean, it's pretty good. And then this just like, again, it forces a jump and it does decent damage, or the very least shield, and it pretty much just lets Terry get in. I would say this is like baby version of Pika T-Jolt, which, wow, I hate to say that an FGC has that, but yeah, nope. Just a pretty solid projectile, and again, most comparable to Terry most comparable to it. It's actually not as spammable though. You can only have one on screen. See, look. So I'm mashing. You can only have one on screen, so it's not like that spammable. But yeah, nope. Just a solid move. Oh, Byleth. Why they give you a bow move and then it's bad? But like, it's like not like a bad move to just kind of like, okay, like they're off stage, you know, you can just kind of throw it out. It takes 40 frames to throw this arrow, by the way. I like that to be known, whenever you could just do that. Again, I died at 50 right there, or Sephiroth did, sorry. I am Sephiroth. But again, you know, it's not a bad move to just throw out. You can actually cancel it, giving you some like mix, though you're not very scared of bow. So if you see them like do bow, they gotta jump. They gotta jump or air dodge, so like don't be intimidated if a Byleth starts just like canceling bow in your face. Actually just run up and hit them. Cause they gotta either jump out of this or air dodge, so you're not that scared of it. You don't have to really worry about getting hit by an air, which again is the best purpose of bow. Other than that, it's not that good. It does have a fully charged one, which, okay, you could use it as a shield break. Byleth doesn't have to, but it's not like, it's definitely strong, and it is full screen. Looks cool, sounds cool, but yeah, no, this move's not that good. Not useless, just not that good. Fully charged one's pretty fucking useless. But yeah, nope, just not good. Why'd they get Byleth that move? Why? Best move in the game. Like, not even like contestable. This is just the best move in the game. Straight up. Being able to build your own zone or your own terrain in a platform fighter, kind of broken. And the thing is, like, I don't even have to talk about the resource. It doesn't fucking matter. Like, okay, let's just assume every character can, like, mine resources, okay? With this move. It doesn't change anything. This is absurd, broken. It is game-changing. There's a reason people hate fighting Steves, because he could do this. He can also build cocks. And apparently Fs. People have been getting Fs built on them as well, and people aren't very happy with that. But, again, best move of the game. You can build off stage for whatever reason. You can gimp off stage with it. There's so many, so many fucking use cases for this. It is genuinely, like, limitless. This is the best move in the game, hands fucking down. Not even contestable. Any character with blocks is top tier, period. Or at the very least should be top tier. Like, no, this is not an okay move, Sakurai. No, I'm not discussing this any further. This is a tier on its own. This is S+. Best move in the game, period. Yo, my main man, Sakurai. Yeah, no, this move's not that good. Again, the most use you'll get out of it is, like, B reversing it in the air. Oops, sorry. B reversing it in the air. That kind of stalled for a second. That's the most use you'll get out of it for, like, an edge guard. But other than that, you could use it at ledge. You typically want to use the secondary one. Let me put him off stage here. Again, you have this big one. Very strong. Will kill a 0. Or it kills it, like, I think it's 20. I think that's the, like, kill percent window. But yeah, nope. Just not that good a move. The one charge is awful. Slow. Doesn't really do anything. Explodes, like, really far. So if you want to use it, the light could be over here. Second one's pretty good, you know. Good little explosion. Decently fast. And it's not, like, awful at ledge or anything. And again, you can also cancel it on the second charge, but once you hit the third charge, you cannot cancel it. So mashing jump, yeah, no, you're just kind of stuck in it. So it's a little committal once you hit the third stage, but up until there, you know, you got stall. I would probably just put this in B tier because, you know, the stall property is good. I think most characters could take it, and again, you can cancel it into a jump, so you can get better edge guarding. Even just a little bit of edge guarding just goes a long way, right? You know, at ledge, this isn't like an awful tool, but again, most people are pretty used to playing against this at ledge. But if you're playing against someone with, like, a slow recovery, like, but again, it does have use, definitely compared to the ones below it, so I'd put it in B tier. Alright, so we gotta rank both Mithra and Pyra on their own, because, you know, we did it with BT, we gotta do it with them. So Mithra has this charge move. It's pretty good, has good range. It actually can kill, and you can charge it. And the thing is, if you charge this, it's actually -8 on shield, and it's, like, massive. So it's pretty safe on shield. Not only that, but it does kill, so that Mithra needs that after all. And if you see her sword, like, charging up here, like, you see how her sword charges up here? This is a hitbox, and it'll bring you into, like, the main hitbox, and then it'll do that. This is a good move, and she can actually confirm into, like, the basic ones. Like, again, this is a good move. It's not, like, anything, like, too special, so I wouldn't put it in S tier, but I would definitely put this in A tier. Because, again, just having, like, a very quick move like this, because, what frame is this startup on? Frame 9 startup, that's not bad. Especially for a move like this, because it does, like, decent damage. It's pretty spammable, too. And the thing is, it also has a unique property where if you hit someone off stage with it, well, not if I get Octa Slash. If you hit someone in the air with it, you kind of get a little air stall, which can make it a decent edge guarding tool, but if you miss, you kind of gotta suffer the consequences, which can be better on a character. Wait, that just... Okay, nope, this move's going in S tier. Okay, I'm kidding, but yeah, no, definitely an A tier, definitely solid move. And then let's do Pyra, why we're here. So Pyra has this move, which I need to check how safe this is on shield, because I don't know. So this move has a lot of activations. It's frame 13 on startup, but it does have the unique animation of the unique position of kind of giving her a little bit of air stall, which makes it, this is also a very active move. So, like, it's not awful to use all stage, And like the hitboxes on this are fucking massive and really strong. Like this move is ridiculously strong when fully charged. Like look at that. I could kill you with 70. I know Sephiroth's a little lighter, but I will just kill you with 70. I know, cause I've died to 70 to it. Oh my god, oh wait, I could probably kill you earlier without DI. 60? Yep, that's kind of absurd. The normal version of it's fine, but you do get this little movement, and if we get them to shield, again, holding shield, yeah, no, it could actually be safe, especially if you like land up here. Oh, I shield poked. If you land like on top of it, it could be safe, and then like you're not punishing like the full version of this, because one, you'll probably get shield broken, and you'll probably just have to hold the hit, so don't shield this. But yeah, nope. I think this is also an A tier move. I think this move is also just really solid. And then we got Kazuya's neutral B, being laser. It's really good. It's a decent little projectile, but the most use you'll get out of it is actually having mix on your recovery, which is something Kazuya likes, because you can actually up B after this, or you can double jump after this. And again, it completely stops you in the air, freezes you, gives you a mix up, and it like throws a little hitbox out. Obviously, you know. Do it. It does good damage. It's just a solid move. I don't think it's anything too crazy. I'd probably put it in B tier, but again, you know, just a good little move. Nothing too crazy to talk about. Though it is our first like big laser move in Smash, so I think that's cool. Or I guess like our first like true big laser move in Smash. We have Robs, but again, it's a cool move. Nothing like too crazy. Oh, it is really good off stage though. I didn't mention that. This move is really good off stage. Don't die. Yeah, no, you're gonna die to that. This move can be quite terrifying off stage because how like far it reaches. It's not like not very strong or anything, but again, it's not active. So I think B here makes more sense for this move because again, you're more or less not using this as a projectile, but more of either an edge guarding tool or stalling. And you can only do one in the air. You gotta land. You can angle it as well. Down, up, out. It's pretty slow as well. So again, I think B tier makes the most sense to put this move at. So again, that's where I'm gonna put it. B tier. And then finally, we have Sora's neutral special. This is a good move. A lot of Sora's neutral game is made up of kind of spamming these in neutral because they're very spammable. And they cover a lot of area. They're pretty good projectiles. I'd put this in S. I think this is really good. The use cases for these are crazy. Fire actually jab locks and combos into like Sora's stuff. I think it's double fireball into F smash is true. I think. Or is it landing fireball? Or is it fireball 2? It's something like that. Fireball also jab locks. I know that. Thunder could be a little inconsistent with where it hits you or if it wants to fully connect, but it could be very devastating off stage when it does work. And then Blizzaga is very annoying, but it's also a very active move, so like off stage it could be really scary. Like, let me just throw him off stage. Like off stage, this shit could be kind of scary. Well, if he doesn't recover correctly. Again, that's pretty active, and getting snowed means you have to mash all stage. And there's also potentially like up B by accident and mess up your recovery, or like jump by accident. Anyway, this is an S tier move. Very good zoner tool that I think really anyone in the game wouldn't really complain about. So yeah, no, I'd throw this in S tier. I think it has enough going for it to be S. So here it is, the finished tier list. I moved a few things around. Like Sheik, I moved her down. I moved Yoshi down one, because I don't think his command grabs is as good as like other command grabs in the game. But yeah, nope, this is just kind of the final list. Steve absolutely has the best move in the entire game for his neutral B, so S tier is probably not even high enough for that move. But yeah, nope, this is my finished tier list. Down here, the ones I didn't count, I didn't do Min Min, Rosalina, Olimar, and I'm not ranking all three of their special moves, period. If you're here for the Miis, for like the rest of this series, I am not ranking a single goddamn one once, so good luck. But I mean, I guess if you really want it, like, I guess the Flashing Mock Tornado is his best neutral B. That'd probably go an A tier, pretty solid. Charge Shot
for Mii Gunner's S, and then I think the Mii Sorties like using the Shuriken, which it's a decent projectile. It's probably like B or A, somewhere in that area. But yeah, nope, that's the last time I will discuss Mii's here. We are not ranking them throughout the entire series, so good luck. Sorry. And yeah, nope, that's the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you disagree, you know, let me know in the comments. But, you know, I'm right, so, you know, it's kind of hard to argue with me. But yeah, I'll see you guys next week, and I hope you guys have a good day.